Welcome to the Coriander Room with Ricardo Gibbs. Today we're making English muffin burgers, a personal recipe of mine for when you want to entertain family and friends with an inexpensive and elegant meal. Hope you all enjoy. Let's get started. We are going to take bacon. We want ground beef and ground pork. Be cheap. You don't need to be fancy with these. Go to Walmart. Get some decent price ground pork and ground beef and you'll be good. All right. We're also going to need fennel, coriander, salt. I use pink salt because I like pink salt. Garlic, thyme, black pepper, and paprika. Once we get all those things, we're gonna put them inside the bowl. We're gonna mix them up, knead them really well. We're gonna try to get it with a little bit of olive oil. That way we can get some nice flavor into it, okay? And then we're gonna let that sit for a moment. We're gonna put it on our grill. We're gonna go ahead and fry them up, and then we'll go ahead and start making our balls. So first thing we want to do is make the brine. The brine is going to be honey, good amount of honey, brown sugar. Put brown sugar in. Doesn't matter how much you really put inside there. You don't need to really measure this, okay? The goal for this is that you're just making something sweet. Crush it up a little bit. Add a little bit of water. And we're going to go ahead and mix that up. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get that nice and mixed out. Reason for it is we want to now take our bacon and we're going to take lots of it. Don't be nervous. Just go ahead, take your bacon, lay your bacon in it. Okay? Get your bacon all inside there. Okay? A couple pieces. Okay. Blend it in. Get it nice and going. Now once you do that, our bacon inside of that. Okay. Go ahead and put the bacon in it. Take the juice. Go ahead and pour it right in. Okay. Zip that up. Go ahead and clean off your bag, however you want to. Let out some of the air. Okay? Go ahead, let out some of the air. Close it up. This is gonna now go in the fridge for 15 minutes. To take this, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this in our fridge for about 10 to 15. We're gonna make our seasoning. We're gonna make it for our ground beef. So, what we want? Coriander. That's just a good amount of coriander. Fennel seeds. Now we don't need too much fennel seeds, but a decent amount is pretty good. Then what we want is, this is pink salt. I like pink salt. You can use whatever salt you want to, but the idea is to have pink salt in it. Okay? Want a good amount of pink salt. Okay? This is where we're also going to put thyme. Get a little bit more thyme inside there. Now, as you see, most of these things I do by eye, but you can do it. You can adjust however you want to. Most of it is just a couple of teaspoons. Okay? But do the flavoring to what you feel comfortable with. Okay? Black pepper. paprika. And a little garlic. Grind all that up. Next step is we're going to put together our burgers. You want to take beef, ground beef. Go ahead and get that in there. And then we're also going to take ground pork. I like to do 2 different types, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Me personally, I like 2 different types. The ground pork adds a little bit of the fat. So you get the fat content with the ground pork. So as you got the ground pork nice and mixed up, next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and get your seasoning mix that you just did. So this is the seasoning that we just blended all together. And we want to get that sprinkled in there. Okay? Be generous. All right? It's okay. Be generous. Then, again, you want to get that nice and blended in. Okay? Add some more. Blend up some more. And you want to keep blending until it's well mixed inside there, okay? You want your seasoning to have good flavor. You want it to be mixed in as thoroughly as possible so that every bite has some kind of taste inside of it, okay? Let's get some more of it in there. And go ahead and just put the remaining amount, okay? Again, blend it up. You don't want them to be too big. You want them to be, you know, about that. That's a little bit like about a tennis ball. Okay, so you want them about the size of a tennis ball. Go ahead and put those. Make a few of them. Okay. So again, you want them to be roughly the size of a tennis ball. All right. Now these are very well seasoned. They are going to be fantastic when they are put together. Okay, absolutely fantastic. So make as many as you're looking to do. Me, we're gonna do 3 of them now, and we'll see how they come out. Or let's do 4. So again, blend them up. And stop. So next step is we're going to go ahead and we're going to preheat our oven. Preheat it to 375. This is going to be for our bacon, okay? What we want is that we're going to go ahead and make, get our bacon ready. All right, so come on with me. All right. So this is where we had left our bacon before. The reason why we left it inside there is that we wanted it to get thickened and that the sugars were going to go on it because we're going to make this really sweet. They're going to be caramelized when they're inside the oven. Okay, so we preheat that. Let's go ahead and put that to the side for now, and we'll get this later. Next thing we want is to get our pans. We're going to get this really nice and hot. So go ahead, turn it on. We want this to get hot. Okay, it needs to get very hot before we put anything in. I use olive oil. Use cheap olive oil, it's okay. Now, olive oil has a low burning point, so again, we don't want it to start smoke or anything, but we want this to get a little bit hot before we go ahead and add our oil to it, okay? And that will be for our burgers. So we put that there, and we'll come right back to it. This is pretty hot now. We're gonna go ahead and add olive oil to it, okay? Again, I like olive oil. You could use whatever oil that you want to use. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and reduce our heat just a little bit. We're gonna put it at about medium high. Okay, take our burgers. Now that we've made them, we want to press them down just a little bit. Okay, so they're like almost like a little flying saucer. Okay, this will allow them to cook in the middle. Okay. Oh, they smell wonderful. Just go ahead and lay those in. Okay. We want to do it slowly, and the reason why we get this really hot is specifically because we want it to sizzle. We want it to warm up, but these are also a little bit cool. These are about room temperature, and they're gonna cool down the pan every time we put them in. That's why we want the pan to be hot, so the temperature doesn't drop too much. Okay. Go ahead and get these all in, and we'll be ready. See the beautiful caramelization that's coming on them? Make sure your burger doesn't dry out. So add a little bit of the juices back on top. Okay. Next, we want to get these prepped. So what we want is foil paper. Foil paper on. Okay. You want to get this ready for it. Okay. We're going to lay our bacon long ways on this. Okay. Get it back in the juice. Get it back in the sauce. Go ahead and lay your bacon out. We don't want to overcook the burgers, so we do want them to be fully cooked, and we don't want to overdo it. So we still want them to be juicy. You just got to make sure that you keep basting. Okay, make sure your burgers they don't leave any of that juice that you want inside of them. Okay, so keep basting them. All that fat and all the juices are going to run right into that, and those fats you don't want to lose them. So we have our beautiful burgers. These guys, wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take them for now, and we're just gonna put them to the side. We'll come back to those later. These inside the oven, we're gonna get these babies nice and crispy. Top rack. Now I use convection on mine. Convection helps get it really, really crispy. Okay. Our fries. Me personally, if you have an air fryer, I use my air fryer. Air fryer works perfect. It's quick, it's easy. Go ahead, take it out, and let's get a couple of, let's get some fries. Baby spinach. Fantastic dish, goes well with it. So all you're gonna do is go ahead, open that up. We're gonna take some, we're gonna put it inside of our thing and get these washed a little bit here. Okay, so we're gonna get them washed. And with cold water. We're gonna go ahead and add some of that to this, okay? So open it up, put some of your balsamic vinaigrette inside of it. Look, it's okay to get plenty in there. Okay, the idea for this is that we just want the flavors to be able to correspond with everything else that we're making. So go ahead and mix it up. Okay, and that's fantastic. And now we want raspberry, cranberry, walnut fresco. It is a good mix to it. It adds a little bit of nuttiness, adds some fruitiness to the balsamic vinaigrette to eat on the side. Okay. Go ahead, add a handful. Again, the reason for this is that we want to mix it up. We want this to go inside of it. It's going to be nutty. It's going to be good. It's going to taste fantastic. Gives somebody a little bit of crunch to use. Nice circular things. Okay. On. Go ahead and cut our tomato. Okay, for avocados, slice really well. Do a couple of decent slices for the avocado. Next, we're gonna do 1 egg, and we're gonna do that because it's gonna go right on top of our muffin burgers. So next, we want to do our English muffins. We're gonna get these babies nice and toasted. These basically just bought them from Walmart. Not a big deal, just want to make sure they're cut, and we're going to get them a little bit toasted, put a little bit of butter on them, and we'll get them out. Next, we're going to make our sauces. Mine, use aioli mustard, honey garlic, some honey, mayo, salt. Take a little mustard. Take some mustard. Spoon inside there. Honey. A little salt. Just a pinch. Then, honey garlic. Blend that all up. Make sure it gets really, really nice and creamy. Okay. Make sure you give it a taste. That is good. A couple pieces of ham inside your pot. Get them warmed up. to go ahead and get them to bake up to temperature, and then we're going to add our aged arugula to it. So go ahead and toss 2 in. All right, put them on. Give a mix. This is our topping sauce that we made earlier. Okay. Honey mustard. Okay. Take on a honey mustard sauce. We're gonna go ahead and be generous. All right. We don't want it to be too caked on, but we want to be a little generous with it. Then take some ham. Break it. Okay. You want our hams to be a little bit around it. Onions. Go ahead and toss the lettuce on top. Lettuce. Put your avocado on here. Okay. However much you feel comfortable with. Then I'll put your burger. From your burger, you just want a couple pieces of bacon, and we're going to top it off with our sunny side egg. And this is your muffin burger.